They're not trying to hide it. We had the one mother, her daughter wanted to come see Santa because all the little child saw was the white beard and the red suit, and that was Santa Claus to them. And the mother grabbed the child and said, "We don't like that kind," and walked away. Those are the kinds of things that often will bring tears to my eyes. Not the phone calls, but to see the parents' response and communicating that to their children. Innocent kids, they don't care. They just want to see Santa and tell them what they want for Christmas.
A white beard, a red suede suit, and a penchant for picking just the right gift. Santa Claus is the embodiment of the holiday season, but typically through only one lens. But that's changing. The organization Santas Just Like Me is providing black and brown Santas to malls across the country. Their work and the challenges these Santas face are highlighted in a new documentary short called American Santa. I sat down earlier this week with executive producers Billy Porter and DJ Guggenheim to discuss why this eye-opening doc needed to be made. Joining me now are the executive producers of American Santa, DJ Guggenheim, and Grammy, Emmy, and two-time Tony Award-winning singer and actor Billy Porter. DJ Billy, thank you very much for coming to the show. Billy, let me start with you. Why did you feel the need to get behind American Santa?
First of all, thanks for having me. The subject matter is about how insidious racism is, and it's in every space in our culture. You know, the fact that, like, you can go to a Santa and people don't want to go see the Santa because he's black. It's racist ideas that make racists. It's a beautiful and devastating story, all at once, and it's an indictment of racism written on the back of a Christmas card, essentially. Right. And it's powerful. It's really powerful.
And you know, DJ, I think it was Soulful Santa Maurice who said the kids don't see white Santa or black Santa. They see Santa. Why don't the adults see it that way?
Well, that's a really hard question. I think, unfortunately, this country has a very sad history when it comes to answering that question.
You know, Billy. Well, right. So then, what's been the response so far to American Santa?
Well, it's a contender for Best Documentary Short Film for the Academy Award. So I guess we're doing good. The producers, you know, are a husband and wife team, Alex Berger and Avi, her husband. And just in interest of full disclosure, Alex was my prom date way back in the 80s. So it's been such a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to work together and use our powers for good.
You know, I want to go back. I mean, I asked the question about why don't adults see Santa, this fictional character, the way children see them. But you really get into showing just how deep the racism goes. There's this startling moment in the documentary when Stafford Braxton plays some of the racist voicemails he's received, talk about fried chicken and Kool-Aid, but including one voicemail where the caller repeats the N-word over and over and over again. Why was it important to include those voicemails?
We cannot back away from the truth. There's one thing that politicians and people say all the time, which pisses me off. We're better than this. We are not now, nor have we ever been better than this. And until we can admit that, until we can name the thing, we will never be able to heal from the thing. And that is why it has to be in your face. It has to be in our faces so we can be reminded. This is where we still are in almost 2024. We're still here in the same place. And there are so many of us that don't want it. And so it's important. It's a call to action as well for us to be reminded to show up for our democracy, to show up for justice, to show up and speak out, right? What I love is I have a little story to tell, which is an addendum, which is my sister took her godson and family down to Macy's to see Santa. There were 3 Santas: the white Santa, the black Santa, and the Latin Santa. The black Santa and the Latin Santa's lines were sold out. That is amazing. That's amazing.
Right.
Right? There is progress. We also have to remember to talk about the progress. I always say the change has already happened.
Right.
That's why the severity of pushback is happening. It's historical. None of what's going on is new. We can go all the way back to Reconstruction.
True.
And the freeing of the slaves. You know, in the 18 months or whatever it was, you know, that we were free before Jim Crow came in. I don't know how long was it? I know you're in
about another century. But Billy, because we're running out of time, and I want to get this last question to DJ. And just so folks know, the name of the production company, which is Billy's production company, is Incognegro Productions, and DJ is the man who runs it. So DJ, was it difficult? Was it difficult to get this movie made, to get American Santa made?
You know, the producers pulled their resources together, and it's not a huge budget. It's an important subject, and they just figured it out because that's what producers have to do. I think every documentary getting made, every movie getting made is a miracle on its own, and this was an important miracle that they pulled off, because you have to bear witness to the reality of what's in the undercurrent of parts of our country, and so much of us are doing so much work to do better and to treat each other with loving kindness. And sadly, we have to be aware that the work isn't done.
And speaking of the work isn't done, Billy Porter, you're like the hardest working man in show business. We got to go, but I'm just gonna say you got an album out called Black Mona Lisa. You got a movie out called Our Son. Thank you very much for bringing us American Santa. DJ Guggenheim, thank you very much for being part of the effort to get the story of American Santa out there.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.